Hello students, welcome to today's lesson. Today, as you can see here, we will discuss squares and square roots. Exercise 6.3. Two exercises, that is exercise 6.1 and 6.2, we have already discussed here. I have solved here for you, and some questions from exercise 6.3 also we have solved here, right? And before that we discussed how we can find squares and square roots. Two methods to find square roots I have already explained to you, right? And one more method is still left. We will discuss that method after completing this exercise 6.3, right? So today we will discuss some remaining questions of exercise 6.3. Questions till number 4 we have already solved in our previous video. Some parts from question 4 are still left, and I request you please try to solve the remaining questions from question number 4, remaining parts from question number 4. If you are facing problem anywhere, let me know. Then in next video I will resolve all your queries and problems. So today we will begin our lesson with question number 5. Let me read question first. Question is, for each of the following numbers find the smallest whole number by which it should be multiplied so that to get a perfect square number. Also find the square root of the square number so obtained. Question is, see, first part is given here 252. Question is, by which whole number we should multiply it to get a perfect square number. It means it is given that this number is not a perfect square number, and we have to make it perfect square number. In this manner, the perfect square number that we obtain, we have also need to find square root of that perfect square number. Hope you understand the question. So first you need to check by which number we should multiply this 252 to make it perfect square number. So how can we do this? Very simple. We can do this by taking prime factors of 252. This is one of the simplest method. So let's take prime factors. By 2 we know that it is divisible 126 times, right? Again by 2, 63 times. Now by 3, 31 times, right? Now we know that 31 is a prime number, right? So we can't take, let me check again, something wrong here. 3 2s are 6, 21 will come here, right? Now, sorry for inconvenience. Now again by 3, 7 times. Now by 7, 1 time. So you can see here what is the rule to take square root of the number. As we discussed in our previous video that we need to make pairs. Here we can see 252, prime factors of 252 are 2 times 2, 2 times 3, but 7 is alone here. This 7 has not, it is not has a pair. It means if we multiply by 7, so we can write this 7 as a pair, and we can easily find square root of the number. It means you have to write here, since 7 has no pair, so we should multiply by 7 to make pair. Now what to do here? If we multiply it, see now 252 is given there, and factors of 252 are as we calculated here, and if we multiply by 7, we should also multiply by 7. Hope you understand now. Now see, you can see that there are pairs of 2, 3 and 7. Right? So when we multiply this one, what we have here? If you multiply 252 by 7, we have 1764. Right? So here pairs we can take. So 2 into 3 into 7 we can take. And now this is our perfect square number, 1764. So what is square root now? Square root is 2 3s are 6, 6 7s are 42. Now we can say that therefore 1764 is perfect square number. It is a perfect square, and square root of 1764 is, we have calculated, it is 42. Hope you understand now. This is one of the simplest method. What to do now? You need to check by which number we should multiply it to get pairs. Here we can see 7 is alone. It means we should multiply this number by 7, then only we can get perfect square number. So we did it. We multiply 257 by 7. Here also we multiply by 7 to make it balanced. Now here you can see one pair of 2, one pair of 3 and one pair of 7 is there. Now square root of 1764, this is the perfect square number now, and square root of this one is 2 into 3 into 7, that is 42. Hope you understand. One more part I am solving for you. Now I am taking that second part. Second part. 180 is given now there. By which number we should multiply 180 to make it perfect square? It is not perfect. So we need to take prime factors. By 2, 90 times, by 2, 45 times, now by 3, 15 times, again by 3, 5 times, but now by 5, 1 time. So we can say here 180 has 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. This much of factors. 2 times 2, 2 times 3, but 5 is alone there. It means what we can do now? We can make it perfect square by multiplying 5. If one more 5 is there, then we will be able to make pairs. So you have to write here, since 5 has no pair, therefore we should multiply by 5. So if we multiply 180 by 5, then we have here 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 and into 5. Now pairs we can make. So then what will come here when we multiply? $900, and we can see that 900 is a perfect square number, right? Now, so what is square root of this one? Now you can take one number from the pair. So that is 2 into 3 into 5. So 5 2s are 10, 3s are 30. It means Square root of 900 is 30. 900, you can see here, 900 is a perfect square number. So 900 is a perfect square number, and square root of 900 is 30. Right? So two parts are there in this question. First one is by which number we should multiply it to make perfect square. Second part is if once we make it perfect square, then find out square root of that perfect square number. So by 5 we should multiply, and this is the square root. Hope you understand, guys. One more part I am solving here for you. Now I am solving here this sixth part. Last part of this question. 768. By which number we should multiply it to make perfect square? So we start taking prime factors. By 2, 384 times it is divisible by 2. Right? Again by 2, 192 times. Again by 2, 96 times. Right? Again by 2, 48 times. Again by 2, 24 times. Again by 2, 12 times. Again by 2, 6 times. Again by 2, 3 times. And by 3, 1 time. So factors of 7, 8, 6, 8 are 2 into 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, that is 8. And 1 times 3. So you can see here, one pair we can make from here, one pair from here, one from here, one pair from here. But we can see 3 is alone there. It means 3 has no pair. It means we should multiply it by 3. We have to write it. 3 has no pair. So we should multiply by 3 to make it perfect square. Therefore 768 we should multiply it by 3, and here also we can write like this. Now we can make pair. These are the pairs. So we have to multiply this 768 by 3. After multiplying 768 by 3, we have 2304. Right? So here, what is square root of 2304? We can take one pair from this 2, one pair from here, this 2, one pair from here, 1, 2 from this pair, and we have taken here 4 numbers from each pair, and 1 3 we can also take. Now we have to multiply all these together. 2 2 ja 4, 2 ja 8, 8 2 ja 16, and 16 3 ja 48. Right? So square root of 2304 is 48. Therefore 2304 is a perfect square, and square root of 2304 is 48. Hope you understand, guys. Right? So these questions are very simple question. Just you find by which number we should multiply to get perfect square. So simple method is just take prime factors and find out whose pair is not complete there, and accordingly we should multiply by that number. Now question number 6. Question number 6 is just opposite to question number 5. In question number 5, we should, by which number we should multiply that to make perfect square. Now in question number 6, it says that by which whole number we should divide the number to make it perfect square, right? So question is almost same, but the difference is in first question, that is question number 5, we should multiply by the number to make perfect square, and in this question we should divide by the number to make it perfect square number. So question is, let me read question first. For each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be divided so that get a perfect square. Also find the square root of the square number so obtained. Right. Now first part I am solving here, it is 252. The same part it was also in question number 5. Right. So how we can solve it? Just after taking prime factor. The method is same that we already discussed here. So by 2, how many times? 12 times, 126 times. Again by 2, 63 times. Now by 3, 21 times. Again by 3, 7 times. And by 7, 1 time. So you can see here, these are the prime factors of 252. Right? So it means 252 we can write as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 7. Now you can see here we have pair of 2, we also have pair of 3, but we not have pair of 7. So we can make this number perfect square by two ways. Either we can multiply it by 7, or we can, if we can remove 7 from this prime factor, then we can also make it perfect square. Remove means if we divide by 7, we can remove this 7. Hope you understand. So it means 7 is extra there. So if we divide by 7, we can remove this 7 from the list of these prime factors. So we should divide by 7 to make it perfect square. Therefore 252 we divide by 7, and here also we divide by 7 like this. So we can remove this 7 by this 7, and here also we should divide it by 7. What will come here? 36 we have after dividing 252 by 7. Right? And here we have now factors of 36 are 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. You can also check it. 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18, 18 2s are 36. So therefore, square root of 36 we can find by making pairs of 2 and 3. So from this pair we can take 2, and from this pair we can take 3. Now 36 square root we have here 6. We know that square root of 36 is 6. So 36 is a perfect square number, and 6 is the square root of 36. We have to write here 36 is a perfect square number, and square root of 36 is 6. So two parts are there. first we need to find a number by which we divide it to make perfect square. So we calculated here, we should divide it by 7. And after dividing 252 by 7, we have 36. And we can say 36 is a perfect square number. The square root of 36 is 6 as we calculated here. Hope you understand. One more part I am taking. Now, last part, that is part number 6. Sixth part of question number 6 I am solving here. Right? So, number is 1620, 1620. By which number we should divide to make it perfect square. So, as usually we have to take prime factors of 1620. By 2, 810 times. By again by 2, 405 times. Right? Now, it is not divisible by 2, so we can divide it by 3. 4 and 5, 9 and 9 is divisible by 3, so it means it is also divisible by 3. 3 ones are 3 and 3 threes are 10, 1 is left, so 3 5s are 15. Right? Again we can divide it by 3. 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15. Again by 3, 15 times. Again by 3, 5 times. And at last by 5, 1 time. Hope you understand? So, 1620, the factors are 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. 4 times 3, then 1 time 5. Now you can see here, this 2 we can take as a pair, this 3 also, these 3 also, but 5 is alone here. It means we can't make pair of 5. If we remove this 5 from the list of these prime factors, then we can make it perfect square. So, we should divide by 5 to make it perfect square. Now 1620, if we divide by 5, here also we should divide by 5. 5 is here. You can consider all the factors in a single row. Since space is not there, that's I am writing this way. So if 5, we can remove this 5. And here, if we divide 1620 by 5, what we have here? 5 3s are 15, 1 is left, and 12, 5 2s are 10, and 2 is left, it's 40, then 5, 8 is 40. Right? Let me check again. 5 3s are 15, 1 is left, 12, 5 2s are 10, 2 is left, is 20, sorry, is 20. 2 is left only, 20 and 5 4s are 20. Right? So 324 we have, and here what we have? 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 we have. So what is square root of? This is now perfect square number. So what is square root? Square root is 2 into 3 into 3. So 2 3s are 6, 6 3s are 18. 18. It means 324 is a perfect square number and square root of 324 is 18. So we have to write here, therefore 324 is perfect square. And square root of 324 is 18, as we have calculated it. So these questions are very simple, guys. Just you take prime factors and find out for making pairs how many numbers are stored there, and you should divide by that number. You get perfect square number, right? So rest of the parts of question number 5 and 6 I leaving on you. You please do practice. If you are unable to solve these sums, then please let me know. Then in next video I will solve out your problems. Right now, question number 7. This is word problem related with this exercise 6.3. So question is, the students of class 8 of a school donated rupees 2,401 in all. It means all students, they donated total amount of 2,401 rupees for Prime Minister's National Relief Fund, PM Care Fund also you can see it, right? For Corona, this Corona disease also some peoples are donating in that fund. So each student donated as much rupees as the number of students. This is very important. Question is, each student donated as much as number of students in a class or in a school, right? If there are 40 students in a class, then each student donated 40 rupees. If there are 800 students in all in a school, each student donated 800 rupees. This is the meaning of this question. And find the number of students in the class, right? So let number of students in class be x. Suppose there are x students in the class, right? And questions say that the money that we donated, it is as much as the student in the class. So money donated by students, how much they donated? They donated as much as there are students in the class. Suppose there are 40 students in the class, so each student donated 40 rupees. So what will be the amount? 40 into 40, that is 1,600. Same situation is there. Let the number of students in the class be x, and money donated by students, total money. Total we can also write here. Total money donated by students will be x into x. Since it is given there, the student donated as much as number of students are there in a class. So x into x, we have x square. And it is given that total money donated how much they donated, it is given there, it is 2,401, right? And now you can see this is the money that all the student of class donated, that is x square, and this is also the money that students of class 8 they donated. So according to question, these two monies that student donated, they will be same, because you can understand here, this is also the money that student donated and this is also the money given that student donated. It means both the money that student donated will be equal. So we can equalize it, we can write it x square equals to 2,401. It is given. Now what to do here? We need to find value of x. We have to find number of students in a class. So how can we find here? X, what is x now? X we can write here 2401 and square root. This is very, very important. X square is given, and if you find the value of x, so we can write it square root of 2401. This is very, very important. Hope you understand. Now it means you need to find square root of 2401. How we can find? By any of the method you can find, but prime factorization method is easier for you here. So let's prime factorize it. So you can see here it is not divisible by 2. So we can try to divide it by 3. So you can see by 3 also it is not divisible. Why it is not divisible? Because 2 plus 4 6, 6 and 1 7 is there. By 2 or 3 also it is not divisible. Now let's check for other number. Right? So by which number it will be divisible? Let's check it. Just think about it, guys, and check by which number it will be divisible. Right? So you can see here by 4, 5, 6. Let's check for 7 whether it is divisible by 7 or not. Yes, it is divisible by 7. Let's check it. 7 3s are 21. 3 is left. Now here 30 is there. So 7 4s are 28. Right? What is left now? 2 is left. It is 21. Now 7 3s are 21. Again by 7 it will be divisible. So 7 4s are 28. 6 is left. It is now 63. So 7 9s are 63. Again by 7 7s are 49, and by 7 1s are 77. So it means we can write it 7 into 7 into 7 into 7. 2 pairs of 7 are there. So x will be 7 into 7. We can also put here this square root symbol. So 7 into 7 means 49. So we can say that there are 49 students in the class. The value of x is 7, and x, what is x here? Number of students that we assume. So 49 students are there in class, and they donated 49 rupees each student. Hope you understand. Now question number 8 I am solving. This is also same as this question. So question is 2025 plants are to be planted in a garden in such a way that each row contains as many plants as the number of rows. Find the number of rows and the number of plants in each row. This is same as previous one. It means the plants, the number of plants we have to find, and in each row there are the number of plants, that the rows are there and the number of plants are there in that row. Suppose there are 10 rows, it means in each row there are 10 plants. If there are 20 plants, then in each row 20 rows, then that in each row there are 20 plants. So let number of plants, number of rows of number of each plants. Okay, let number of rows be x, and in each row the number of that much rows are there and that much are plants are also there. It means it is given there total number of plants is x into x, that is x square. How it is possible? Because it is given there in each row as many as plants are as number of rows. Means number of rows are equal to the number of plants there. So x into x means x square. Now it is also given there total plants are 2025. Right? So according to question, now this is the same question as we discussed earlier. So number of plants x square, and this is also number of plants. So we can equalize these two relation of plants. It means both are plants, they will be equal. So x square equals to 2025. So what will be x here? Square root of 2025. So now let's find prime factors of 2025. Right? So you can see here it is divisible by 3. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 5, 9. So we can easily divide it by 3. You can also divide it by 3, by 5, but very first prime number is 3. So I am dividing it by 3. After 2, since 2 is the smallest prime number, but by 2 it is not divisible. So 7 6 are 18, 2 is left. Now it is 22. So 7 3 7 are 21. 1 is left, it is 15, 3 5 are. Now by 3 3 2 are 6, 3 2 are 6, 1 is left and it is 15, so 3 5 are 15. Now again we can also divide it again by 3. Let's start. 3 8 are, sorry, 3 7 are 21, 1 is left, it is 15 now, 3 5 are 15. Now again by 3, 25 times. Then by 5 times, and by 5 again 1 time. So what are the factors here? 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. 1 2 3 4, 4 times 3 and 2 times 5. And we can make pairs also. So x, what we have here, 3 into 3 into 5. That is 3 3s are 9 and 9 5s are 45. Therefore, number of rows, right, and the number of plants in each row equals to 45. It means there are 45 rows and in each row there are 45 plants also. This is very simple. And if you multiply 45 into 45, you will get this number, 2025. Right? Okay. Now, next question. That is question number 9. Two questions are left there, question number 9 and question number 10. And both the questions are same. Right? Question is find the 9th question I am solving here. Find the smallest square number that is divisible by each of the numbers 4, 5, 4, 9 and 10. This is question number 9. So 4, 9 and 10. Three numbers are given there. You have to find the smallest number that is perfect square number which is divisible by all these numbers. Means you have to find a perfect square number which will be divisible by 4 also, by 9 also, by 10 also. How we can find such a number? So very simple. First you need to take LCM of these numbers. Right? We know that LCM is the number will be divisible by all these numbers. And after getting LCM, we'll make that number perfect square. It's a very simple thing. Now, what to do now? So, first take LCM of 4, 9 and 10. You all know how to take LCM. By 2, 9 we can write as it is. Now you can see nothing is common there. We can't divide it. Right? So, what is LCM here? LCM is 2 into 2 into 9 into 5. Right? So, 5 2s are 10 and 18. 10 and 18. So, this 5 and 2 in multiplication make 10. We can write 10 here and 9 and 2 make 18 here. So, 180 we have. LCM is 180. It means 100. Why we are taking LCM? Because we know that LCM is divisible by each numbers. That is, it will be divisible by 4, by 9, by 10. That's why we are taking LCM. Now, what to do now? We have to make this 180 perfect square number. Since we know that this is not perfect, how we can make it perfect square? Just we discuss that in question number 6 and 7, either by dividing or by multiplying. So first we need to take factors. 90 times by 245 times, now by 3 15 times, now by 3 5 times, by 5 1 time. So factors of 180 are 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. Now you can see here we can make pair, here also we can make pair, but this 5 is alone here. Now you just think about the question. What is question? Question is, by which number find the smallest number which will be divisible by 4, by 9 and by 10. So we can see here this 5 is extra, means it not have any pair. So if we remove this 5, then we can make this 180 perfect square number, and that number will be divisible by all these 3 numbers. So let's divide both the sides by 5. Hope you are understanding. If you have to find greatest number, by which greatest square number by which these by 4, 9 and 10 that number is divisible, then you should multiply by 5. So we can make perfect square by 2 ways. We can multiply with 5, or we can also divide with 5. So we are finding smallest numbers. That's why we are dividing here by 5. So 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 by 5. By 5 we can remove this 5. And what will come here now after dividing 180 by 5? So 5 3s are 15 and 3 is left, so 36 we can find here, right? But you can see here this 36 is not divisible by this 10. It is divisible by 4, by 5, by 10. So it means, what is the conclusion here? Conclusion is we can't divide it by 5. Since we are dividing it 5, then we are getting here 36. And 36 is not divisible by 10. It means we should multiply it by 5 to make perfect square. Hope you understand, guys. So let's multiply it by 5, right? So what to do now? If we multiply 180 by 5 and here also by 5, then we can make it perfect square. So what to do here now? Multiply it by 5. 900. What we have here? 900. And these are the factors of 900, of course. So 900 is divisible by 4, by 9 and by 10 also. And 900 is a perfect square number also. So 900 is perfect square, which is divisible by 4, 9 and by 10. Hope you understand, guys. Right? So if you divide it by 5, we are not getting perfect square number. It means we should multiply it by 5. In this way, we are getting perfect square, which is divisible by 4, 9 and 10. Hope you understand the things that I taught you today. And one question I am leaving on you, question number 10. This is same as question number 9. You should try this question by your own. try to solve it. If any problem is still there, then let me know, and in next video I will solve all your problems that you have in this first three exercises. One exercise 6.1, 6.2 and 6.3. So today exercise 6.3 has been finished. In next chapter, next lesson, we will discuss the third method, how to find square root, that is division method. Right? So that's all from today's class. Thank you very much.